Welcome to Ask Chef Tony. Today we're going to review a new set of cookware. It's the Boxiki combination silicone and hard metal. We're going to compare this to the solid silicone, which is pretty in these days, and the old style solid metal. In this case we have handles and a hard top combined with the convenience of the silicone, high temperature silicone, for all variety of cooking, like a lasagna for instance, that you can use something like this, or a meatloaf or a zucchini loaf on a pan like this, or like a simple cake or a crostata on something round like this. I'm going to try them for you today to make a couple different things, and we see how they come out.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tocino.
Hello again. I've done several applications. I've cooked different things. Here's what I think. I like a very important thing. I like the different shapes, the different forms that we're getting on, even though it's the same material. You can see that some have ridges, some do not. So if you're doing a flat cake, this is really good. If you want a little bit of texture on top, this is something you might want to work with. As well as the loaf pan here has little ridges. And I noticed that even though the little ridges, it does not stick to the product that you're cooking. As if it was a solid pan with a little design on it, it would be very difficult to unmold and keep that design. Another thing is the fact that it's very easy to unfold something. If you're making a cake, a chocolate cake or a brownie or something, you don't have to use a lot of butter and flour to avoid the sticking like you would do on a solid pan. With this one you don't have to do any of that, so you save a little bit of a couple of calories if you want to look at it that way. Another thing is, when you unfold with this pan, it's really good that there is a hard top with handles, so when you're trying to unmold the cake, just by putting a plate on top with a simple, you grab it on very firm, you grab it on either side and you flip it over, and being that it's soft, you can touch it and get it to flop down, while you cannot do that with a solid pan. I found that many times you gotta score it around, and you end up most of the time damaging the pan. So that is a really good feature that I found using this pan. One thing is, different material cooks in a different way. We all know that, and I found that by making a meatloaf, for example, in this one, the outside of the meatloaf, once I unfolded it, did not have a nice solid crust as it would be in a metal pan. It's a little bit more of a soft cooking. So depending on what your application is, there is a little bit of difference. Also because the solid pan, by preparing it with oil or butter, it also helps to create the crust around, while you don't get it over here. Could you butter it or oil? Of course you could, and you do achieve a little bit of different result. But metal always gives an extra crust that we will not get on this one. It was easy to handle, to put in and out of the oven with the wide handles. They all have that, you can see. One thing is, if you try to use, for example, the loaf in a small convection oven, one of those small toaster convection oven, that is designed for certain sizes and that I've done before with a solid pan, this one will not fit because of the extent of the handles. So you need a bigger oven to use those pans. Overall, I will keep using them, but I will really careful decide based on what I need to make and what oven I'm using and etc. to decide if I want to use one of these or my traditional pan. I will not throw the traditional pan out, but I will add this to my battalion of pots and pans. Thank you for watching. And until next time, buon appetito. Va bene?
Non più vorrei questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante.